A long day at the firm. There was a small firm on Green Street called Bright Solutions. It was not a big company, but it was full of friendly people. Everyone in town liked them because they worked hard and always smiled. The firm had five workers: Mr. Thomas, the manager; Sarah, the secretary; Leo, the accountant; Martha, the designer; Daniel, the magician, the technician. Each one had an important job, and together they made a great team. Morning at the firm. Every day started at 8 a.m. sharp. The first person to arrive was always Sarah. She liked to prepare coffee and open the windows. Fresh air is good for the mind, she often said. At 8:10, Mr. Thomas came in with his briefcase. "Good morning, Sarah," he said. "Good morning, boss. Coffee is ready," she replied. Little by little, Leo, Martha, and Daniel arrived too. Soon, the smell of fresh coffee filled the office. Everyone sat around the small meeting table. Mr. Thomas began the morning meeting. "All right, Tim," he said, "let's talk about today's plans." He gave everyone their tasks. Leo had to check invoices, Martha had to finish a design for a bakery, and Daniel had to update some computers. Everything seemed perfect, but sometimes a perfect day can change quickly. A sudden problem. While Daniel was working on his computer, he heard a strange click. The screen turned black. "Oh no," he said. "Not today." Sarah looked up from her desk. "What happened, Daniel?" "My computer just died. It won't start." Leo walked over with a cup of coffee in his hand. "Did you try turning it off and on again?" he asked, smiling. "Yes, Leo," Daniel said. "I tried everything. Nothing works." The team gathered around Daniel's desk. The computer had all the client projects for the week: documents, images, and important information. Without it, the firm couldn't do much. Mr. Thomas took a deep breath. "Okay, everyone, no panic. We'll fix this. Martha, please call a technician." Waiting for help. Martha picked up the phone and called Mr. Paulo, the local computer repairman. He said he could come in about 1 hour. In the meantime, the team decided to make good use of their time. Leo organized the bills and invoices. Sarah cleaned the desks and arranged the papers. Martha checked the design files on her own computer. And Mr. Thomas wrote new ideas for future projects. "Even without computers, he can we can still work as a team," he said proudly. Daniel felt bad. "I'm sorry, everyone. It's my computer's fault." Sarah smiled. "Don't worry, Daniel. It's just a machine. It needs a break too." They all left. The technician arrives. After 1 hour, there was a knock on the door. Knock, knock, knock. "Hello, is this Bright Solutions?" said a cheerful voice. It was Mr. Paulo, the technician. He carried a big bag full of tools. "Come in, Mr. Paulo," said Mr. Thomas. "We have a sick computer." Paulo laughed. "Let's see what we can do." He opened the computer, checked the cables and smiled. Good news. It's not too serious, just a small problem with the power supply. He worked for about 15 minutes, then pressed the power button. The computer turned on again. It's alive, shouted Daniel, clapping his hands. Everyone cheered and thanked the technician. Thank you so much, Mr. Paulo, said Mr. Thomas. No problem, replied Paulo. Just remember to clean the fans and keep the computer cool. Then he waved goodbye and left. Back to work. The team returned to work, full of energy. Daniel started backing up all his files right away. Now I will save everything in three places, he said. Good idea, replied Leo. You never know when computers will get tired again. Martha finished her bakery design and showed it to everyone. It was a bright yellow logo with a loaf of bread in the center. That looks delicious, said Sarah. Now I want to eat some bread. They all laughed again. Mr. Thomas was happy to see his team smiling. He said, a problem is never a disaster when the team stays together. Everyone agreed. Afternoon challenges. After lunch, a new surprise came. A client called and wanted to visit the firm at 3 p.m. Oh, that's soon, said Sarah. We need to get ready. They cleaned the office, printed some reports, and prepared coffee for the guests. At exactly 3 p.m., Mrs. Green, the client, arrived. Good afternoon, Mrs. Green. Welcome to Bright Solutions, said Mr. Thomas. Thank you, she smiled. I heard you have the best service in town. They showed her the new designs and reports. She loved everything. This is excellent work, she said. I'm happy to work with you. The team smiled proudly. Even Daniel, who had suffered with his computer in the morning, felt proud of how the day turned out. Evening reflections. At 5:30 p.m., it was time to close the office. Everyone felt tired but satisfied. Before leaving, Mr. Thomas gathered the team. I want to thank you all. Today was a difficult day, but we made it a success. That's what teamwork means. Sarah took a marker and wrote a sentence on the whiteboard. Teamwork turns problems into opportunities. Everyone looked at the words for a moment. Then Martha added a small drawing of a smiling computer beside it. They laughed once more, turned off the lights, and left the firm together. Outside, the sky was turning orange. It had been a long day, but a very good one. Thank you for listening to this story. If you like, please share, comment, and give you thumbs up. And a question for you: what was written in the whiteboard of the firm? I'd like to know in the comments. Thank you again, and see you in the next one.